Hey guys, what's up? Jimmy here. I hope you're all doing great. Today, I'm gonna do an update on the video that I uploaded some time ago about removing the speed limiter from your bicycle. I have hundreds of comments, and I'm happy that most of you solved your problems, but there are some cases of you that cannot figure out how to do it yet. It's a few cases, and it's like 3 things that you are having difficulty of doing. All right, let's start with the first. You're telling me that you don't have access to your controller. That's impossible if you have a hub motor. If you have a hub motor, either on the rear or the front, the controller is probably going to be like mine is. It could be inside the frame, but you still for sure going to have 100% access to remove it so you can repair it or replace it. The only way that you don't see your controller is if you have a mid-drive motor. The mid-drive motor is made of a lot of components and a lot of parts, and the controller is inside there. Now, you really have to know what you're doing to do that yourself. I advise to go to a professional, because it's kind of hard to take the motor apart and take the controller and figure out which wire is the limiter. That's the only case that you don't have access. If you've got a hub motor, it could be inside the frame, but you're still gonna have 100% access. Now, there is another case that, let's say you have a 48 volt system and a 1000 watt motor, and you only get 20 miles per hour, or let's say 35 kilometers per hour, depending on what speed unit you know. Now, there is some manufacturers that their controllers are fixed. What that means is they are cheap and low quality, and they don't let the volts flow to the motor to give the most power that the controller and the volts can give. Now, in that case, you're gonna have to change the controller. We're talking about a hub motor, right? You gotta change your controller and put a new high in amps sine wave controller. Don't forget, the higher the volts you have on your system, the more expensive your sine wave controller gonna be on amps. I got at least a 60 amp controller on my 48 volt system, but you can get a controller that could go over 300 bucks. And yes, there is some cases that the manufacturer made that way so you can save money, and it's got a cheap controller on it, low amps, and you really have to replace it. In that case, you really have to know what you're doing, and I advise you again to go to a professional. Now, another thing is with the speed sensor that's on the wheel, the magnet on the spoke, and the sensor on the frame. This is like old school, guys. You're not gonna find bicycles made with that kind of a sensor anymore, but nothing is impossible. You know, that was like years ago. It doesn't exist anymore. And if you don't find your controller again, I forgot, when your bike is folding, it could be inside your frame. Even if it's inside your frame, you still should have 100% access to remove it for repair or replacement. Now, let's go to the display. Usually the display is the programmer for your controller. I had told you that to lower your wheel size, and that will let you get more speed. If that does not happen, go through it again slowly and carefully. It could be somewhere that you never really thought about it, because a controller from controller differs, is like hundreds, if not thousands, of different controllers and displays out there. So take your time. If the wheel size does not do the trick, try maybe to look at somewhere else, and you could be amazed that it's somewhere else that you never thought about it. Those are the things that You have told me so far 90% of you have solved your problems because you send me hundreds of thanks, and I thank you for watching my videos. In the worst case, you're gonna have to change your controller. It's not easy to do, and if you have a high voltage system, it's expensive. And don't forget, when you remove your speed limiter from your controller, in some countries it's illegal, and even having a thumb throttle is illegal in some countries. I hope I helped you. I thank you very much for your comments, and I'm very happy that I helped lots of you. If you like what you see, consider subscribing to my channel. It gives me, you know, the motivation to make more videos to help you and give you more knowledge. Jimmy Boy GR, thanks. Till the next one, stay safe, and don't forget, we always wear a helmet. Catch you soon with a new one.